It is Thursday, October 13th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
We are back. We have 2 games on today. We got a favorite pick in each of those games coming your guys' way.
As always, guys, do us a favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Big shout out to you guys in the community. We just hit 43,000 subscribers. You guys are the absolute best. We can't do it without you. So if you are watching and you haven't hit that button, you should go hit it right now.
Hey, let's talk about yesterday. It was a 1-in-1 day. As the Braves and Phillies under 7.5. That's a no sweat bet. I think there were 3 total runs. Shout out the Phillies for not scoring a single run. Darvish under 5.5 Ks. Well, shout out Bellinger and Thompson as they left. There were 4 of them. Now, Logan, I know that was brutal. He didn't sign up for 2 guys, giving him basically all of his strikeouts. But I guess that's the nature of betting K-prop sometimes. Now, we do have a couple notes. Our Week 6 Best Bets video is live for the NFL. We've been crushing those spreads and over-unders. Go check out that video. It's linked at the end. We also have our college football live. And then Commanders versus Bears, the elite Thursday night football game. Tonight, we have our best bets for that video. We have a couple new All-Stars, Jake and Carlos. We appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. But we can't do without you. If you want to support the channel, click the join button below the channel name after you've already clicked that subscribe button too. We certainly would appreciate it. Logan, it's Thursday. It's October 13th. What you got?
Yeah, we're going to the earlier game first to start. We're going to the Mariners versus Astros game. I'm being a little bit disrespectful today. Taking the Mariners team total under 3 runs. Minus 122 odds on FanDuel's your best value. Now, as Austin's showing here, it's on FanDuel, the line is 3. So obviously I'm going to take the under of the higher line. But if it's 2.5 on your book, I might just wait for it to climb to 3. I really do think people are going to see 2.5 and be like, oh, whoa, that's too low. That's too low. And they might hit it up to 3. I hope it doesn't go up to 3.5. And if it does, well, put the push potential still there for us. But this line, as I just said, is disrespectful to a hot Mariners offense. But clearly the books see them, cooling down today, right? Normally, I love the Mariners. I will heart pick the Mariners. But after what Robbie Ray did and came in and tossed that turkey, I think it sucked a lot of the air out of this team. And we're going to see it today. Mariners have went over this line in 6 straight games. So if you're looking at that, it's just like, wow, that's some great evidence to pound the over. I just don't see it that way. Against Framber Valdez, the Mariners have went over in both games, scoring 4 and 8 runs. But again, I just have to say regular season versus postseason. Like, is Framber Valdez able, to be dialed in, especially in a home start? Absolutely. Look, Valdez was dealing in his last start at home. 5 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts versus the Phillies. I mean, wow, that's what we like to call efficient. Just absolutely, telling those batters to go right back to the dugout where you came from. And I think Valdez is a really, good strikeout specialist. He struck out a lot of these Seattle batters as well, right? 7 and 8 strikeouts against Seattle this year. So, maybe he touches K-prop today. I'm not touching K-props after yesterday, but yeah, I mean, maybe he does. He is able to strike out these Mariners batters because you know what? They've just been a little bit too hot. In baseball, you have to be ahead of the curve, right? You can't just go off what they did. You have to project where the dip is coming. I think it could be coming today, especially with the book setting a total so low for a team that's hit it really, consistently. Now, in his first playoff start, the postseason, can he be dialed in with those put away pitches? I asked Valdez that because sometimes he doesn't have the command there, but today he's going to have the command there for us today. And Valdez also no home runs allowed to any of the Mariners hitters so far. Can he keep that up today? I really hope so and think so, because this Mariners offense, if you've been watching them all postseason long, like, they are able to get on base. They are able to knock in those runners in scoring position, which is big, but they also get the home runs. They get those explosive, 2-run, 3-run home runs, and they're able to, score in that way. Well, if Valdez limits them in that way, just makes them beat them through base hits, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Mariners to hit that over today. So I see them going under. A low line, set low for a reason. Give me the Mariners team total under 3 in that one. But Austin, what do you got for us today?
So before I hop in, Logan, I would assume you think the Astros win. That'd be correct.
Yeah, I do think the Astros win, and it has to do with what happened in Game 1. That the momentum in this one just kind of swung. I just kind of see the Mariners magic, the glass slipper and all the magic running out today a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. If I had to pick who would win that game, I think it's the Astros. I think the Mariners were Game 1. They were supposed to win that game. They should have won that game. I think that momentum from all the wild card wins is probably going to dry up on them. But as for my pick, I'm going to go to the other game, Guardians-Yankees. And I'm going to actually be taking the underdog in this one. I'm taking the Guardians money line at plus 120 on FanDuel. Now, this is the best odds if you're going to get plus 1 15 to 120 on almost every book. You could see that here on OddsJam. You could see plus 120 points bet, plus 115, plus 118, and whatnot. So why do I like the Guardians today? And I have to ask the Guardians a question if they're watching. Jose Ramirez, Steven Kwan, Ahmed Rosario. Is this the day you and your teammates bring your bats? Because they've really not brought their bats all postseason long, scoring what in their 3 games? 1, 2, and 1 run in that first game against the Yankees. They've really been struggling, but I think they can do it today. And quite frankly, they kind of have to because they don't want to go down 2-0. Now, over the last 4 weeks, Guardians, we take into account the regular season to end. They were hitting 274 versus left-handed pitchers, the 4th best in the MLB. And today they're going to get nasty Nestor Cortez, a lefty. And he's been very good at really in general, but been very good this year, especially at home with a 1.95 ERA and a 0.82 whip. They're going to have their work cut out for him. But we've seen Nestor Cortez come in and have bad starts. And I'm not necessarily asking him to come in here and, give up 6 earned runs and make this a no-sweat bet for the Guardians. I think he'll pitch well, but the Guardians can get some runs. And I think they're going to have to find ways to manufacture runs. I mean, his strikeout prop is worth noting, set at 4.5 at plus 110 on the over, which after looking at Darvish's props, I don't know what to make a lot of these K props, but Cortez had 6 and 8 Ks versus the Guardians this year. So he's easily climbed the ladder both times. If you were taking his line today, I don't know if he gets that going today. I think this Guardians team is going to be trying to swing early and often against, Cortez. Because if you look at his splits, a lot of teams, I think if you're swinging on his first pitch, you're hitting like 271. If you can get up in the count, you have pretty good splits against Cortez. So I think we see this Guardians team not taking a lot of first pitches, which Cortez throws a lot of first pitch strikes, and you're going to see them attacking those pitches early, which is I think what the Guardians are going to need to do. And I think it's worth noting Cortez hasn't pitched since October 1st. You see a lot of these guys, some guys like Darvish was kind of pitching on shortish rest yesterday. Some guys maybe are pitching on 5 days of rest like Bieber is. But Cortez hasn't pitched since October 1st. Could be out of the room, that groove of pitching every, 5-6 days. Potentially, and on the other mound will be Shane Bieber. And while Bieber, he's good, I think he can certainly pitch well. He might have a catastrophic inning. He tends to do that like in the 6th or 7th inning. But will the Guardians let him get there? I mean, this is the guy that they need this win. And so far, he went 7 2/3 innings, pitched 1 earned run against Tampa in the wild card round. The Guardians 13-5 straight up on the money line on the road when he starts. And this line would be minus 190 if the Yankees were a surefire. You put it in your parlay, lock it in. It's a lock. And that's what they were in game 1 with Garrett Cole versus Cal Quantrill. This is the Guardians team fighting for their life. I don't think they set this line with the Yankees at minus 135 or so as a home favorite. I don't think they do that saying, let's give out free money at minus 135 on Yankees money line. I don't think it's that simple. I think the Guardians come back here, even the series, just like we saw the Padres. We saw the Braves do to even up their series yesterday. I think it's hard to go up 2-0 on a team like the Guardians, which is pesky. I think they get the bats today. Taking Guardians money line for the value. And, as well as, we're going to go to a parlay of the day. We're going to be taking the Guardians money line. We're taking the full game under 7 for the Astros and Mariners game. Maybe the Mariners score 0 runs to help us out on that one. But Logan, to wrap up the video, I'm curious who you think wins this game.
Yeah, look, I want people to understand this. When you bet postseason baseball, don't really like look at the regular season stuff. Look at the lines, look at the value, and ask yourself, is there value on the underdog? Because the underdogs do win a lot. We've seen it in this playoff so far. Do you want to lay the juice on a big, heavy favorite? Because it's random, right? Postseason baseball is definitely more random than regular season. So I see the value on Guardians today. I'll take the Guardians with you, Austin. I do love what Shane Bieber's been doing. I hope that wasn't just like kind of a fluky performance against some terrible Rays bats. I hope he can go into Yankee Stadium and pitch well in there too.
Yeah, he's going to have to dial in. Granted, the over-under sitting at like 6.5. So I think the books think he pitches pretty well. And hopefully that's what we're going to need, a good pitching performance out of him as well as their bullpen. But those are our 2 picks of the day, Guardians money line and the Mariners team total under 3. Obviously, check out that OddsJam parlay of the day, which is at the top link in the description. Should be updated within the next hour. It's Austin Logan signing out. See you guys back again tomorrow morning.